In this video, we're going to be walking you through how to add your professional company email into your Gmail account. So, what we're going to do is what you're going to need first is three things. First, you're going to need your Gmail account that you want this email to be added to. The second one, you need your wherever you've brought the domain. That could be on your web hosting or a single domain registrar like NameSilo, Namecheap. Um, and then if you have a web hosting account, you need to open that as well. Unless, of course, you've already created an email for the domain that you've brought. So, for example, it'll be shine@yourdomain.com, whatever you've created. So it just depends on your situation, but you're gonna need to find where you've created that email or where you've created that domain. I'm gonna have to do this in two parts because this is a fairly new domain that I just bought a couple of days ago, so I need to change the name servers, which doesn't take long, and then I'm gonna create the email. Okay, so we normally buy our domains from NameSeller. Let me just log in, scroll on a bit more. And these are the default name servers that we need to change. So as I said, you're going to need your domain, the web hosting account that you're partnered with, whether that's SiteGround, Bluehost, or GoDaddy, one of the two. And then we're going to create a new website. So it might be different if you're using a completely different web hosting besides SiteGround, but if not, all you need to do is click on create website, and then we're just going to let this load for a bit. Right, so you're going to be presented with these three options. There's the new domain, so this is if you're buying a completely new domain from SiteGround themselves. If you already have bought one, like us, through NameSilo, Namecheap, or any other domain registrars, then you want to click on existing domain. So we're going to click on this one, right? And then we're going to type in our domain that we've bought, Subway Properties. Okay, then let me just check that. Is that the domain? Subwayproperties.com. Yep. Once you've got your domain in, you want to click on continue. The reason why I'm sending or changing the name service to SiteGround is because there I can build my website, and two, I can create multiple professional company emails with this domain. Domain you wish is not listed in the SiteGround account, you should make sure that you have access to it in order to update its DNS. Okay, so we're going to click on continue. And then we're just going to click on skip and create empty site. We're just going to ignore this option. Click on finish. And that's creating our site. So what's going to happen is SiteGround is going to give me the correct name servers so that I can put it into NameSilo. So I need to change this, but I need to have SiteGround tell me what's the name servers. Alright, so this is the name servers here. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the first one, go back, and then we're going to paste it in. Copy the second one, and then paste that into the second box. Then we're going to delete the third one, and then click on submit. So normally they'll say that it takes 24 hours for name servers to change over, when it really doesn't. My one from the past of what I've experienced with our service is it normally takes around about 2 to 3 minutes. It really doesn't take that long. Right, so now that we've changed the name servers in Silo, and it's pointing towards SiteGround. Now we can go ahead and create, the email, the emails that we want. So we're going to click on Site Tools. Okay, so now that we're into SiteGround Site Tools for the specific domain, what we're going to do is on the left hand side you're going to see all the tools. So there's Site, Security, Speed, WordPress, Domain, and Email. We're going to click on Email, and then we're going to go straight to Accounts. This is where you can create as many email accounts as you want under this domain. Alright, so we're going to add what is it? This is my dad's email, so I'm just going to create this quickly. Cool. So we've got the email account. You might have already created an email account. And then what you're going to need next is you're going to want to look for these details on the right hand side here. Email configuration, you can find it somewhere. If you can't find it, do a chat with your support with the service or the provider that you have. Usually they can direct you to the right place or give you the right information, but SiteGround automatically gives you the information right at the bat here. Okay, so we're going to click on create, and that's going to go through the process of creating that email. Alright, now we've got it down below here, and then we're also going to change the quota. So this is how much storage space is on with this email. The reason I like to drag it back down to 1 megabyte is because it'll take up a lot of my storage on the site hosting account that I already have. So to avoid that happening, I'm just going to leave it to 1 megabyte, and then all of the emails will go straight onto the Gmail account that I'll be sharing this email with. Okay, so now that that's done, now for the fun part, we're going to open up our Gmail account. So this is the Gmail account that we're going to be adding the email into. And this obviously can be any Gmail account that you use. The process will be the same, however I show you this way, but you can definitely add any company name, email to any Gmail that you want. Okay, so in your Gmail you want to click on the gear icon here, and we're going to go straight to settings. So we're going to click on see all settings. Now that you've got that, in the menu bar at the top here, we're going to click on accounts and import, and then down below here you'll see all of the emails that I've already attached into this Gmail account. So you can send mail as this email, your company name, and you can check mail from other accounts such as this one. So this really helps because you don't have to sign into SiteGround all the time to, check your emails. Because I use Gmail a lot, I like to check the emails just from my Gmail account. So this is really, this is what we're trying to aim to do with this. So send mail as, and then check mail from other accounts. What we're going to do first, these two are the two things that we're going to be focusing on. So we're going to do the check mail from other accounts. We're going to click on add mail account. I'll just have this here. Oops. Okay, so we're going to go back to SiteGround, and then that screen that we have, it's usually another window, so you're going to have to make sure to have it open another window. So the email that we have is tidy at subwayproperties.com. Right, that's the email address. We're going to click on next, and then we're going to click on next as well. Okay, so by default, all the usernames and the passwords are the exact same usernames for when you sign into your web hosting or wherever you've created your email. So the username is always going to be the email address in full, which is the actual thing, tidy@subwayproperties.com, and then obviously the password is the exact same password you set up for the email. Right, so now we've got, I wonder if I can, oh there you go. So now we've got to sort out the POP server. So POP server is the incoming server. So POP server is the incoming server, and what we're gonna do is on the email configuration you want to select wherever it says POP server or incoming server. That refers to receiving emails into your Gmail account. Okay, so we're going to paste that into here, and then for port we're going to do the POP3 port, which is 995. Now the difference between IMAP and POP3 is IMAP you can have your email stored up into your web hosting as well as your Gmail account. So if indeed you decide to ditch the Gmail account, you can still have your emails saved into your web hosting account. I prefer POP3 because that helps me, any email that I receive to the Gmail account, to this email, for example, tidy at Subway Properties, it doesn't get stored up in web hosting, but it does go straight to Gmail. And the good thing, it saves up storage. If you do want to have a copy of your emails on your web hosting, you're more than welcome to do IMAP. It basically downloads the email onto your computer as well, or onto Gmail as well. Okay, but I prefer POP3. But that's just your preference. I recommend doing POP3 though. So the port is 995. Leave a copy of retrieved message on the server. I don't always tick that. Always use secure. Make sure you tick that. And you can label the incoming messages. So for example, you might, you can label any messages that are directed to that email that you've created, right? You can label it or you can just leave it out. Usually I like to label it. I'm just gonna give it a proper name though, Subway Properties. Okay, and then archive incoming. So archiving it is basically when it skips the inbox. If it's really important, I prefer just leave it as it is, leave it unticked. Okay, so once you've got all those details, remember the username is the full email address, the password is the same password that you've created for that email, whether that's in SiteGround or not. POP server is obviously the incoming server, not the outgoing server, it's the incoming server. And then make sure you have either IMAP or what I recommend, POP3, which is 995. Okay, now we're going to click on add account, and hopefully this should work. Okay, you can now retrieve mail from this account. Would you also like to be able to send mail as the domain that you've created? Okay, now we're going to go to the second one where we can send mail as the email that we've created. So we're going to click on next, and then the name is going to be tidy mate. So I should also inform you that the name, you want to make sure that you choose the name appropriately. You can't change this after you've created this. You can obviously delete this email again and then start from scratch for you to put in the right name, but I prefer you put the right name at the forefront. So the name will be the sender's name. I'm referring to the sender's name. So if you do tidy at, the domain, that's what people, that is what your recipient is going to see as the sender's name. So we're going to leave that as a professional name of Tidy Marty. Email address tidy at subwayproperties.com. Treat as an alias. Specify. So we're going to treat this as, you know, alias. And then if you want all emails to go straight back to a primary email, like change the reply to, you can obviously do that option, but I don't usually do that. Okay, we're going to click on next and then configure your mail to be sent through subwayproperties.com SMTP service. Okay, so SMTP server, also you're going to see it on the SMT. So we're going to be sending mail, which means the outgoing server. So I'm going to copy this, copy, and then we're going to paste it in here. Same thing, full email, the same password that you've put in. And then the port is the SMTP port down here that you see here. Okay, so we're going to do, I'm not too sure if you guys can see that, but it's this one here. Okay, oh there, now it's working. Right, now we're going to go back. So the SMTP port number is 465. Secured connection using SSL, and just leave that as it is, and then we're going to click on add account. Okay, now that we've added that email, we can send email as, we just need to confirm the email. So to do that, we're going to go back into our Gmail, because the first step was we can check the email. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to refresh our Gmail account. Okay, so we've got tidy at Subway Properties. Alright, so the email will be on the left hand side of your screen. So we're going to go to tidy at Subway Properties. That is the label that I've created. Then we're going to see if we can refresh. Okay, there's nothing showing up in there yet. So we're going to go back to settings. I'm going to go back to account and import. Sometimes if there's no email showing up, you just need to click on check mail. So under at check mail from other accounts, you're going to click on whichever email that you've created. You're going to click on check mail now. So what's going to happen is they're going to go and check the email that's been sent to that email in SiteGround. Check mail now. Tidy at subwayproperties.com. Normally if there's an email, it'll say one email fetched. Okay, maybe we just need to do something. Okay, if that doesn't work, you need to go back to your SiteGround account or your hosting account where you've got your professional email, and then we're gonna open this, log into webmail. Okay, so we've just logged into the SiteGround email, but there doesn't seem to be any email sitting in. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up that Gmail tab, and then we're going to click on resend email, and hopefully this works this time. Email was sent to you. Email sent to add your emails to one of the following. Click on the link in the confirmation email or enter verify the confirmation code. Alright, we'll see if it's coming yet. That's so weird. Tidy at subwayproperties.com. It's not coming on. Mail configuration. Right. Verify. Sorry guys, this is the first time this has happened. I'm sure the email is being sent, but I can't find out why it's not coming up. Alright, so what I think is happening is the name servers are probably still transferring over. So what I would say is give it about an hour or two for the name servers to change over, because it's probably still processing as we're creating this email. It might still be stuck on name silo. So what I would say is to just leave it for an hour and hour or 2 hours for just the name servers to change over fully, and then come back to it. And then you probably most likely in your settings, the accounts and input in your Gmail account, under the send mail as, make sure you click on verify so that you'll be presented with this pop-up again without having to go through all of the other, the steps that we had to do before. So I'm just going to close this. So just come back in an hour, 2 hours time, and then click on verify. And what will happen is they just need to send you the confirmation code again. If you don't seem to get anything, just click on resend email, and then that way you'll definitely get an email with that. Alright, so it's really, really that simple. I know this was a long video, but this is exactly how you add your professional domain email into your Gmail account. Okay, so hopefully this was helpful for you guys. I'm sorry I didn't fully complete it, but hopefully I will come back and do this part, and we'll see if it works. And but yeah, if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. If you have any queries or issues, leave them below, and then I can check it out for you. Right, so with that said, this is Shine signing out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.